We have rim rocks out there that are this wide. If your horse gets out of control, sometimes he'll go off that cliff and you got about an 800-pound drop off. So this is really serious. So we want him to know where his feet are. That's another absolute that we talk about. So right here, we're going to learn where this horse's feet are in this trail obstacle, but we have to understand how important is approach. And then what we do during the obstacle is the second part. And the third part of the equation is what do you do, Pat, when you're done? Now, when you're done over here, why would that be important? Because the horse will either come out here and be listening and relaxed and come back and do as good a job or better, or if you kind of forget about the ending out here, he'll end up doing some things that won't put the whole thing together, like anticipation, hurrying, or just not responding. Because if this horse is happy at what he's doing, you're positive in your reinforcement, Kyle, he will give you his heart every time you run the barrel. He'll listen to you. He'll give you his 100%. But if he's nervous, remember the neurons separate, and now all of a sudden, you don't have the control. And that's when people get hurt. Okay, now, all of you listen up back here. This is a pretty simple obstacle. In resistance free, if you come riding with me here in Indianapolis in June, you're going to find that how you approach a simple square will help you do it correctly. Now, what we're going to do here is simply this. We're going to walk into this square, turn completely around in a 360. We're going to step out the other side without stepping out of the square. How hard is that? Well, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to make it where he doesn't fail, Katie. Does that make sense? Because a win-win is controlling his body in here. But if he backs up, steps out, or he hits the pole, he's telling us, without even the trainer standing there, you're overrode him. Does that make sense? Your signals are too harsh, or you're not using your leg in the right way. So what I'm going to do here, Ray, is set this up to where you can't really not do it wrong. It's going to be easier. And then we get harder, we can make it tighter. We can bring this down to where it's only 5 feet. We can also elevate it. We can do a lot of things to make this simple little obstacle a lot tougher. Now, Kyle, your approach is what has helped me win many championships in trail. And that is, if I have a horse that may not be an expensive world champion, he's just learning these things. If I get my approach right, I can beat that other horse or do a better job. So let me just show you here what could maybe happen. So listen carefully, guys. If your turn is going to be toward the bench over here, and this is important to understand, as a teacher, I realize that 30% of my class will be dyslexic. How many are out there dyslexic? Be honest, I am. So if I say, Kyle, turn to the left, I'll frustrate you. If I say turn to the right, I'll frustrate you. But if I show you physically what I want, turn toward this audience on this side in a full 360 without stepping out and go right on through. And you approach it over here on this side. Right here you can take the shoulders this way with your body. You can use this leg over here to push that rear around the front end, and your turn is right here in the middle. But if you approach it from this side, and you come into this square, and your approach is over here, all I've got is half this square to use. So if I move his shoulders here, he's either going to step out or hit this pole. Or if I move his hip around with this leg here like I'm supposed to do, he's going to hit it out with his back end. So approach is really important, Robin. So I'm going to have each one of you do this, Renetta. Now, Listen to another absolute. Anytime you lose forward motion, Kyle, how many barrel races do you win? 0. Anytime you lose forward motion, you lose control. So here's the next thing that you need to understand. Anytime you come into an obstacle like this and his feet don't move, you're dead in the water. His feet need to move. They need to have forward motion because what this does, why? It helps your horse balance. Now, to prove this is the last time I'm going to do this, but let's have everybody stand up. Ray, come on in. You can help me for a second here. Yeah, come on in real quick. Okay, now this doesn't have to be anybody, but whoever's standing beside you, I'm going to show you how important it is to move the horse's feet. So let's say, for example, turn and look at that person standing beside you, and whoever is the best looking, hold your arms like this. All right, so hold your arms, Ray. You got to be better looking than I am. Now, when his feet don't move and they're stuck in the ground to maneuver this obstacle, push on that horse right now and try to get something done. Nothing. Okay, now switch partners. I'm the horse. Move. That's a big push, all right? There. But you see, I can brace back in and nothing gets done now. But watch this. Move your feet up and down, and with one finger, I can move this whole horse over just like that. See how easy that is? Now one finger, let's try your partner. Step, and as he shifts away, push. Now, Sharon, that's what lightness is. You can't have lightness if their feet are glued to the ground. Now, listen carefully, guys. Write this one down. And if you do this whole weekend and you remember this one thing, your horse will say, thank you. Are you with me? Anytime that horse foot is in the air, you can control it. But when it's in the ground, he's dead. So impulsion, forward motion is everything. So Kyle, and then Renetta, and everybody one ride after the other. You're going to ride forward. You're going to come to this side, keep his feet moving, move his shoulders here, back in here, make a 360, and step out. All right, Kyle, come on through. And the deal is going to be, make sure that they can see and approach. 2, 3, look to your left, shoulders. Inside leg, push the hip around and step out. Excellent. All right, and stop out here. Always stop, always stand, reach back, and either rub him in the front of the weather. Look at the lick and chew. He says, hey, I did pretty good. Thank you. Make him feel good about himself. Okay, and Renata? Walk straight out, come into your approach, Robin, your next. Come right on in, let him look. Step over, take your shoulders, inside leg over here, push his hip this way, now move your shoulders a little more. See, look where you're at, you're not looking out here, right straight out with your eyes. Very good. Give her a hand, good. And stand. Okay, walk in. Okay, walk away, Renetta. 2, 3, where's your chin? Where's your eyes? Remember, when you drop your chin, okay. Okay, now are you holding your breath? That causes you to get stiff. When your eyes drop, your chin drops. And when that happens, 30% of your weight falls on his front end, and that's when he gets dangerous. So what we want you to do is go ahead, and next time we're going to help you fix that. Okay, and Deb, come on in. Step in. Good girl. Make your turn. Where's your eyes? Chin level. Move the shoulders. Move the hip. 2, 3, and out. Are you breathing? Good. Give her a hand. Okay, young lady. Come right straight on in. Eyes up. Now keep your forward motion. Steady your heel with your hands. Don't let them get too quick. Turn. Hands together. Look straight out. Try not to lean. Use your inside leg and out. You've got a lot of energy in this horse. Good for her. Let's give her a hand. Okay, now this time, guys, we're going to make this a little tighter. You're going to turn this time toward the audience over here, which is basically the other way, right? Same thing. Use the leg in the same part, but realize what I want you to do now. In fact, let me just show you. Let's have everybody just go to the rail. Now, if you've got a trail horse and you can do these three things, let's go to the rail counterclockwise. Let's follow Kyle, a couple lengths in between you. And when you can just ride your horse down the trail, how many of you ever have a horse that when the other horses leave on the trail ride, he gets a little buddy salad? You want to fix that? Here's how you do it. Get his mind. So everybody on the trail, on the rail, let's have a couple lengths spacing. And as you're walking on the rail, right now, Kyle, loosen your rein, let him drop his head and walk on. Good girl. Now, let's all right now just rub him in front of the wither. Okay, now listen. As soon as you feel him start to get a little anticipating, I want you to shorten your rein with your fingers just like you're eating spaghetti. And who can give me the slowest walk? This is what we call a collected walk. Everybody hold your hands like this, like an accordion. His collected walk is taking that distance from his nose to his tail, and let's go like this. When you can bring that together with your hands steady and give me a slow walk, slow his feet down, you're starting to control his brain. Especially if you see him drop his head, blink his eyes. There you go, and just rub him very quietly. That's what we call a collected walk. If you're going to do a little dressage, this is a critical movement to be able to do. You can't do this enough. You get more done here at this walk than anything. Now loosen the rein and just let him walk on out. There you go. See, this horse is changing already. Okay. Now what we want you to do, riders, is get a little bump in your leg, and who can give me an extended walk? Let him move right on. And your warm-up is going to be a little of this. Now what you want to do is remember, Steph, a quick jerk on the rein is going to slow him down with a slow feel. Good. Now, right now that accordion's going out here. Okay? And now let's all of you stop. Pat him on the back end, go back, release that endorphin right into the base of the tail. Okay, now riders, listen. With those three movements, here's how I want you to use them. This time when you walk into this square, eyes up, walk to this side over here, and you're turning this way. And again, when you move the shoulders, you're going to bring him to the right with your hands. And now everybody pick up your rein. Listen carefully. This is one of those second level movements that are important. Never move your hands unless your body moves. Can anybody do this? Turn your upper body, left, right. Feel that? That's what moves the body. But if you pull him around, all you're going to do is lose his shoulders. And watch the difference in our gypsy cob. Instead of pulling him around this time, she's going to turn him with her body. His shoulders are going to stay up, and he's going to stay in just a lot better. In fact, we're going to show you that right now. So let's have Robin come on out. You're going to walk to this side. So now extend his walk. Why do we extend his walk? Always ask why. Over here, over here. Because that gets him straight. Now right here, collected. Slow. Slow, slow, hands together. Let him step on in. Look at me. Turn your body, hands together, See, that time she brings the shoulder over to control the speed. Left leg, and that time she didn't touch the pole. Give her a hand, hand straight out. Why did that happen? Because her collection right here, Manetta, gave the horse control of his feet. Then the turns with her hands together kept the horse straight in his body. Those are two critical things that if you do are really going to be important. So, Renetta, let's have you just jog out. Good eyes, hands are steady. Pick up a little rhythm in your leg, give you a sitting trot. Bump, 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 bump. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Good girl, good rhythm in her leg. Now back to a walk. Collect the walk. Step in, 2, 3, let him step over, look to your left. Gather up on your rein, move your shoulders over, seaward. Move your shoulders over, now use your inside leg, not your outside. Push that hip around, back here at button 3, see this leg pushing around, and now straight out, and clean go. Good. Give her a hand. Okay, Kyle. Same thing, jog up. Now watch this horse. Every time that she came out here, this horse has got a little crooked. He's kind of went from this shoulder to this shoulder. Now pick up the sitting trot. Hands are a little quieter. Good upper body organization. Walk. Slow. Slow. Turn now. Look to your left. Hands together. Hands together. Good girl, look at that shoulder move, look at that hip move, look at the feet move, and out she looks where she's going. Wonderful, big hand. Okay, and now